Hey guys, I appreciate your patience.
Yes.
Thank you for coming to our very first episode of Cleric Talk.
Yeah, it's Cleric Talk.
Yeah.
So we prepared some topics to speak about today. But first, we have an introduction.
We do.
We
do. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Cindy Munoz, also known as the High Priestess 710.
And I am Michael Gramling, the Pink Zombie. That's a terrible handle, and I need to change my name because that's weird to say.
Is that what you call your penis?
Pink Zombie. Is that? I mean, I would.
That. Ooh, Katie. Anyways,
So, yeah, introductions. Who are we?
I am one of the co-owners and I don't know, what would you say, creative minds behind Cleric Games?
Well, I'm not the creative mind, for sure. I'm just some guy. You're the creative. You're the creative
the
genius.
Shuffling blue feather.
I'm the office shuffler.
No, you're the office bard.
I'm the office bard.
Literally the office bard.
That's fair. Except for my singing is terrible.
Or instrument playing also.
Well, no, I can play the clarinet.
Your poise on point.
Thank you.
Did I say that right? Is
Yeah.
that what it's called? A poi? Poi?
My poi, yeah.
Poi.
It's fire dancing.
Oh my god.
It's fire.
Yeah.
So
I guess today we're going to be, for our first episode, we decided we are going to do about creating a Dungeons and Dragons Adventure League character.
yeah, I'm very excited about this.
Yeah.
So I've been playing Adventures League for about a year now, honestly.
I've been playing for a little over a year now.
Yeah. I believe you guys, you were playing before me.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that was happening.
OrcaCon in Washington was my very first exposure to Adventure League.
How would you describe your first experience with Adventures League?
It was a little nerve-wracking. It was fun. It was great. I played one of my favorite characters before I turned her into a bard. She was a cleric, but it was a little nerve-wracking. I mean, it's a little, when you're not sure what you're doing, it can be a little overwhelming, but that's kind of what we're here for, right? To make sure that people don't feel overwhelmed.
I hope so. I hope we're helpful.
I hope so. I mean, then we're wasting our time at that point.
That's very fair. So it was what would you say was the most overwhelming part of going to Adventure League for the first time? Just the fact of being someplace new and not knowing people, or what was the scariest part?
I'd have to say it's just being able to go sit at a table with random people. But being the first time, it was nerve-wracking. But now that's the funnest part, I would have to say, about Adventure League, is getting to sit at tables with new people.
I would totally agree. I think sitting with new people and learning play styles of these random characters is sometimes it feels like a lottery, but it is probably one of the best aspects of Adventures League.
I would agree. I mean, I went to that D&D Live 2019, the
Descent, yes.
And I got to play
me a soda.
Oh, how many sodas have I bought you already?
5.
So anyways, I went, and that probably was one of the most funnest parts of the entire event. I mean, there was a couple of fun things of the event, but my favorite part was getting to sit at the Epic on Sunday morning and get at a table with a DM I'd never played with before, people I'd never played with before, and it was really fun getting to kind of mix everything up together.
I heard you were singing out loud at one point.
I did.
You sang at the table.
I say, if you guys don't know, there is going to be a Mad Maggie the Hag. Actually, it wasn't Maggie. It was Medusa.
Oh.
It was for Medusa that I sang to.
She's got very nice hair.
And that's what I sang about. And her hair.
Really?
Yeah, and I rolled a 30, which I was pretty proud of myself on that one. But the snakes were dancing and everything to my music. It was pretty great.
That's fantastic.
See, and that's why I love Adventures League.
Okay, so I think we start off just a smidgen. So, creating a character.
Creating a character. I'd say when we're at events, my first thing that I like to tell people at the administration table is I'd like to explain to them when they're creating a character that the two most important rules are, one, is the player handbook plus one book.
We have that. We have a player's handbook.
This would be the very first book that you would want to
hold it.
And then plus one would you nerd. The plus one would be either something like Volos or Xanathars. I think you can even pull in the monster manual and stuff like that too if you really wanted to, couldn't you? No, you can't? No? Oh, Mordecai. Oh. That's right. Okay.
Mordecai. This is nice. This is the legendary edition?
Yes.
The alternative art?
Yeah, we picked that up when it first came out. It was just sitting on the shelf, and now we're kind of glad that it was just sitting on the shelf.
I like the shimmer on it.
It's so pretty. I mean, plus it's a mind flare. It's so cool. Yeah. All right. So anyway, so that's number one, and then the next thing I would have to say is going to be the point bite system of what you do for your scores.
I personally, so I've delved a lot into the point bite system, mainly for DMing purposes, and I love the point bite system.
I just think it makes it more fair.
I would totally. I started with like rolling stats back in the day. And it was always really defeating to run into a character that had like 18s all over the place, and like I mean, they were a fighter and they could do everything. It was sad for me. Yeah. So the point bite system, I love how it makes everything kind of like even, and it gives you strengths and weaknesses, and really kind of allocates the stats however the player wishes to make it happen.
I would agree. Yeah, and then it allows you, everyone's kind of got their own thing that they like to do too. Either you make one thing really extraordinarily strong or advanced, and then the other ones, for me, I'm the kind of person that likes to make things even. I try to even out my playing field as much as possible. I'll maybe give myself like 1 or 2 zeros. I
built one character that had like 14s across the board, so it was +2 and everything. It's my bard. It's fantastic.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I can do everything very poorly.
Yes.
Yes.
Everything mediocrely.
Very mediocre. I've dabbled. I've done some pottery. I read a book once. All sorts of stuff. But
again, our real bard.
Oh yeah. I guess that's the story of my life. I've done a handful of things.
You like to play yourself pretty much, just a little bit more exaggerated?
Yes.
Yeah, see? And that's okay. You can do that too. But I guess now, once we do the point buy system, which we can show you how to do that in a little bit after we're done on the main things, right?
Yeah, our control booth, our control desk.
Ben Kanubi.
Ben-san. Benusan.
Ben Kanubi-san.
Oh, look, 27 points. Ah, yes. Yes, I can watch what we're doing right now.
Oh, did something just happen?
Yeah, look, there's a notepad with stuff popping up.
Oh, hi.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
We will, in time, have amazing graphics, and we'll probably cover this, like the point buy system in depth.
Yes,
later.
Yes. We appreciate you guys being patient again with our very first and ever cringy.
I feel like if there was a meter of cringe, we're like an
orange.
Are we an orange?
At least that's
it's my forehead, isn't it? That's all the cringe.
That's what the orange needs to be on the forehead.
I went to Walgreens for makeup, and the lady told me not to put on makeup because there's not enough. There's so much forehead.
It's okay. We'll go to Ulta and we'll fix that.
Where?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so after the point buy system.
Yeah.
And the handbooks, you then go into. You can start with the player handbook first with the original races, pretty much. I mean, not original, but 5th edition original races.
In a certain sense. Maybe should we start with the race first before we go to point buy? Only because I know the races. Well, no, F that.
Well, no, because it all
intertwined.
Well, you would want to do your point buy system, I would say, at the very end of it all.
Yeah.
But the point buy system is just really important to know because then it keeps you in line, I would say, with knowing what you want when you're thinking about the race in the class that you're picking, so that way you already have your mind thinking about where you want to put your stats at.
That's fair. So races.
Yes. Personally, my two favorite races would have to be a dark elf or drow, or the tabaxi, which you would find in bolos. So that would screw me up for my player's handbook one. Yeah. Okay.
What are we? So there's a lot of, for new players at least, there's a lot of selection just in the base player's handbook.
There is. I mean, you got the commons like the human, the elves, the dwarves, the little like halflings, which some people would know as like hobbit type of style characters.
They have furry feet.
Oh, and they're so precious, and they're always so happy, and that's why when someone plays a not happy halfling, it's kind of funny to me, at least personally.
I agree. We also have gnomes.
We have gnomes.
We have all of the half races, so that'd be half orc.
Yes, which is a pretty popular one, normally bundled up with like a barbarian.
I love half orc.
Yeah, those are like a lot of people love those. I haven't played one yet.
You'll one of these days you should build one and play it.
Just to have it, huh?
Just for shiggles.
For shiggles.
Yes.
Oh,
hey guys, it's Shuckles here. You already said dwarves. Did we say gnomes?
No. Oh, I do love gnomes.
Yeah.
I created a gnome, and there's so many different types of gnomes.
Terrible, absolutely terrible. Don't play a gnome ever.
No. I played a ranger gnome, and that's fun.
They're fair. Fun.
That is very fun, and they can run. I mean, they're great, and they make great rogues, I think, too.
I would say, to me, druid. I think that they make. Hey, look! I think they make the best druid.
They make good druids, yes.
In my opinion, only because of like. So each of the races have like talents and perks and things that are unique to their race. And gnomes have what is it called? It's like animal friendship. It's forest gnomes. It's their subclass. But doesn't matter. They're cute and adorable, and they can befriend animals.
Yeah, as you're creating characters, you will find that there are a lot of complementary classes to certain races, but with the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons, you can do whatever you want. So
very fair.
That goes without saying. But that is something to keep in mind too. Like if you're about optimizing your character and you're about making sure that everything is the way it should be according to the storylines, that is something that you would take a look at, which would then lead us into class.
Yeah, classes are next.
Classes are next. Classes is pretty important. Class is going to give you the kind of style of, I guess, action that you would have. Or do you want to do magic? Yeah. Do you want to fight? Do you like to be very precise with your fighting? Or do you like to just go in and start bashing things in and destroying things? I mean, thongs. Destroying thongs.
I want to destroy the thongs. I believe in a world with no more thongs.
See, you could create a character that wants to destroy thongs.
Yeah.
I mean, all is possible.
He's
in the
like
world
the lack of fabric upsets me. He's a cleric of glorious undergarments. And his mission in life is to eradicate all thongs.
All thongs.
Yes.
I don't blame him.
He said, "I woke up and my God told me."
They cause a lot of problems too.
Well, I've never worn one.
That's another discussion for another time. But yeah. But what else about class? What kind of classes do you like to?
I would have to say my all-time favorite is the bard.
Yes, I love a bard. I love playing a bard.
But that's a very strange class. So I would have to say my favorite class to just pick up and play would be a barbarian. So barbarians are unique. All the classes are unique. That when you pick them, you can kind of still customize them in regards to like being a glass cannon, so you do as much damage as you can do, but you have poor health, or you have high health and your high armor class, and you can be a tank. With barbarian, I like to play a glass cannon. I like to have max strength and I like to just run into the middle of whatever we're fighting and then swing wildly with whatever weapon I have in my hand. Usually it's a great axe.
See, I like to do something a little bit more, besides the bard, obviously, that has finesse to it. I like to kind of play something that's a little bit more, I get to be in the action, but then get away from the action as quickly as possible. Can you guess what that is?
Is it a wizard?
Oh, absolutely not.
Is it,
it's stab, run. It's a rogue. I love playing rogues. Ragulis. I mean, rogues are amazing. A rogue, if you like to be sneaky and you like to kind of like come in and do a couple stabs and then run off without getting too much damage or attention done to you, rogues are great.
And I think rogues get to roll the most dice on average.
And it's so much fun.
It really is.
you just roll them all out of the table.
They need to put a disclaimer in the player's handbook. If you play a rogue, you must have a dice tower and at least 40 extra d6s.
You don't need a dice tower,
but
you do need a tray.
You need a
and then
massive
an
tray.
entire pouch of dice that I would agree with.
Because sneak attack gets ridiculous.
I know, it's beautiful.
It really is.
It's beautiful.
So.
But yeah, I mean, and then you have a monk, which is if you're a martial artist type of style of fighting. Those ones are fun. Tabaxis make really great monks.
They do. Tabaxis have a very unique racial trait. They're quick on their feet.
They are kitty cat.
They have, what is it called, Tabaxi Dash?
A Tabaxi Dash.
Is that what it's called?
I believe it is. Let's double check.
So,
or at least that's what I call it.
So that's all I ever hear it called as. So Tabaxi, one of their racial perks doubles their movement speed. And it's very entertaining at times because when you're playing, there'll be a Tabaxi. Are you finding it?
Yeah, I am.
There'll be a Tabaxi that will decide, I'm going to run around the world at least 4 times. And have we found it? Tabaxi.
Yeah, it's going to be in Bolos on page 113 is where you're going to find it.
All they read was Tabaxi personalities.
Feline agility.
Feline agility. Well, also AKA known as the Tabaxi Dash.
Yes.
That's pretty much what it's always
Very
referred to as at the table.
Yeah.
At least
that's
from our experience.
Yeah. That's all I ever,
Yeah.
Especially monks with their extra movement speed. So, feline agility, what does it say?
Feline, your reflexes and agility allow you to move with a burst of speed when you move on your turn in combat. You can double your speed until the end of your turn. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you move 0 feet on one of your turns. Fantastic.
I didn't know about the last part. I thought you could only use it like once per short rest. No, you can use it if you just decide not to move. It comes back for your next turn. That is incredible.
Is that not the best?
That is the best.
That's why I love playing Tabaxi. I mean, they're not only are they precious and you can make them look freaking amazing in whatever class you choose to put them in. Because I mean, what humanoid cat wouldn't look amazing in armor, leather? I mean, it's just all so great. But you get all these type of great bonuses like that. I mean, they're fantastic.
What's the name of the naked cat?
A sphinx?
Is it what? Well, no, like, you know, the little...
Yeah, they're called sphinx.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're called sphinx.
I want to be a sphinx Tabaxi.
That is what Umberto Feathersword is. That is the cleric's character when he plays the Tabaxi with me. With Esperanza.
That's great.
It's so great.
Very great.
But we're getting off topic now.
Just a little bit.
But that's okay. But yeah,
so classes.
We got classes.
Yes. What else do we have when we're making a character?
For Adventure League purposes, we have class, race, we have the 2 books, and the point buy system. I mean, those are the most important aspects I would have to say of the of starting a creation. If it's too daunting for you when you get to a convention to want to create your own character, most of the time they're going to have pre-generated characters for you. Cleric Games, we've actually created our own, and we have a few that if you come to our events, you will see that we have different ones than they carry at like normal Adventure League games. And I think do we have any regular ones that?
No.
No,
They're all custom.
They're all ours, right? The best one is the Cleric. If you have a chance, you got to pick him up and play him.
We will have a link at one of these times that will let you download the Cleric Games AL pre-generated characters.
Yes. That would be great. Because then again, you can download those and pull them off and then just use them as an example while you're creating your own at home.
And they'll be in a PDF. They're rewritable, so freely change whatever you want to about them. And especially if you're making a character for the first time, it can help you kind of get an idea of what your character will look like.
I just thought about something really important to tell people. If you do pick up one of the pre-generated characters, you have up until level 5 of your character to change anything about them, except for the name, correct, is the rules.
That is the rule.
But I think if you pick up one of ours, if you don't really like the name, because maybe there might be multiple people at the table.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to be called the Cleric? Anyways.
How about the booger-picking Cleric?
I would keep that forever. I would go to the end of time. Face me, almighty God, for I am the Booger Cleric. Just snot nose it the whole time.
Oh my God, what deity would that be?
I have no idea.
That'll be. You guys let us know. How about that? You guys tell us what deity you think the Booger Cleric would worship.
Oh dear. I would play the Cleric, and I would go all the way to the very end, and I would taunt the big bad guy about their nasal hygiene. Their nasal hygiene, the big bad name, Zargon, the destroyer of worlds. Excuse me, Zargon, you have one hanging out. I just have a constant tissue. Yes. But Zargon's like the size of like the universe, and here's a tissue that's like, this big.
Yeah.
Okay, we will want to fix that. Zargon's like, I do not care for your
or he speaks demonic or something. He's like pretty much telling you, fuck off, I don't know what the hell you're saying.
I'm just looking at him like, I don't. Hey, can you tell him he's got a booger?
Maybe that's how you win the game, you know what I mean?
Probably.
Oh, that'd be great.
So.
But yeah, you have up until level 5 to change whatever you want. You can change the race. You can change the class. Oh, can't clap there. You can change the race. You can change.
She said, "You can do all." You
I got Hispanic for a second. So I was like, "Look at here, people." But anyways, yeah. I mean, you could change it. That's the best part I think about it, is that if you are going to pick up a pre-generated character, because again, if it seems a little too daunting to create your own character sheets, you can change it up, and it's a good way too of being able to get some practice on changing things, so that you can pick up this sheet and make your own and create your own thing. Yeah. And the front sheet, this is what they will look like. The front sheet will have all your stats and your skills, and you have space to write your little story backgrounds. Normally the second page gives you some more stuff. You can draw your characters even if you'd like.
We need to have an art show one time where we draw characters. Just
mine will be stick figures.
So will mine, but mine will have like a lot of sticks.
Wait, can we bring glue and glitter into this?
Who do you think I am?
I'm in.
Deal.
So, last page.
Yes.
Magic spells. That's where the magic is going to be at. If you are a wizard or a warlock or a druid, anything that's going to use magic of any sort, that's where a lot of your spells would be. And
changing up, having the freedom to change your character, literally every aspect of it, except for the name, really allows you to kind of test out different things and still keep all of your experience. So you could be a fighter one day and then, be like, I want to be a wizard, and then, really hop around and explore what the classes have to offer and what best suits you as a player. Yeah, I would agree. And that's where Esperanza Feathersword, my tabaxi, she was a cleric originally of the Trickster domain.
and she was a lot of fun to play at home, but she just wasn't really fun to play at the AL table. There wasn't a lot of role playing for her.
That's right.
Yeah, and so with that being said, I was able to kind of play with her, which was really enjoyable to be able to do something like that. And then that's where I discovered bards, and that's where I was like, oh my God, she makes the best bard.
Yes, she does.
And she's just over the top. But that's the best. That's the fun of AL. That's being able to go in there and change things around and being able to do different things and then try it out at different tables with different people, because not everybody plays the same, you know, but you want to find that happy medium that will allow you to transport that character into whatever situation they may find themselves in, right?
Yes, which also brings me to another topic about Adventures League, is that it's not like your home games exactly.
No, not at all.
So we have a different kind of experience progression system using treasure points, advancement checkpoints, and these are kind of AL's way to reward players for playing. So like gold is no longer like a big impact. And also I would have to say that when you play these AL games, it's kind of assumed that you're like a neutral good kind of a person. Not someone who's going to like roll in and then decide that they're going to fireball their party.
Unless asked for. Because there is content out there that will allow for you to be something like that, but it's not very common. You normally do have a neutral character would be best.
Yes.
I like playing a neutral character. I like it where if they have to be bad, it's okay to be bad.
Then, like, doing what's best in your own interest. I mean, while not like murdering everyone. Table etiquette. Yeah,
table etiquette's really important. I know, again, it's about having fun, but you also got to kind of keep everybody else in mind at the table.
Yeah. We will definitely have a segment about table etiquette. Like things you should discuss, icebreakers.
Examples. That'll be the fun part.
That'll be the funnest part. Beyond that, what's our time like? What time have we got right now?
We're at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock? Wonderful. So we're about 30 minutes in or so? Oh, no, I got stuck like watching myself. Ooh, who do we got? We've got Feather Sword. That is a great name. Reminds me. Oh, let's take a moment to address the chat. Who do we have people on chat?
Yes.
Are we popular?
I have a friend on here. Hi, Joe.
Whoa.
Thank you for tuning in.
Who's Joe?
He is a friend of mine.
I thought what we had was special.
Oh, no, we do, but I knew him before you because of playing World of Warcraft, which I'm hoping we will be playing.
Wait, have you told me a story about Joe in World of Warcraft?
You may. Yes, I've told many stories. Joe,
terrible things. She told me awful, terrible things.
No, I mean it was probably what he says. What? No, everything's been good. It's always been good stories.
Yes, always.
The only bad stories I have involve me throwing keyboards across the room and stuff like that.
I love
or
it.
My story of going into labor while playing in a dungeon. That was
what?
That was yeah. We'll save that for...
Yeah, we'll talk about things that have happened while playing games.
While playing World of Warcraft.
I don't have any terrible stories of like things that happened while I was playing World of Warcraft.
Really?
Yeah.
You've never gotten angry and like did like the kid on the internet that like punched your screen and stuff like that?
Well, okay, there was one time...
See?
Hold on a second. There was one time that I was being killed mercilessly. And
were they waiting for you?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were camping my body. This is back this is pre-VC, so this is vanilla. And you want to know what I did? I was very frustrated and I quit. And
I normally would just change servers or log out and then log back in. What did you do?
There's a Hostess store factory that used to be by my house.
Oh.
And I literally went there and I bought $40 worth of ding dongs. It was 75 cents for a box of ding dongs, and I bought $40 worth, and I came home with like cartons and cartons of Ding Dong.
And you just ate Ding Dong?
Well,
you ate your sorrows and Ding Dong? Oh, Michael.
I shared them. I did share them. I shared my Ding Dong with my friends. It was okay.
Oh my God. See? No, Joe, you can't do those type of things.
Oh,
he gave his name and his home address to have a guy come and fight him.
Oh, he said, "Come fight me."
Yeah. Can't do that.
John.
You should go over like the starting equipment and stuff for characters.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's bring
Ben
it back
Kenobi
in.
just reeled us back in.
We're gonna call it our control panel. I keep scooting closer to you.
Mr. Director just informed us that we needed to say something extra. And what he wanted us to talk about was the tools that are needed for creating an AL character. Granted, we've already gone over the character sheet. We have gone over the
books.
The books.
There's books.
You need a pencil. Very important. I forget mine every time.
Yeah.
I'm really bad. Thank God for the cleric who always has a huge bag full of pencils. Thanks, honey.
So yeah, a writing implement. I saw one guy had a feathered plume ink pen. It was very fancy.
Oh, I can imagine. I do like to have a good pen sometimes when I'm writing in the permanent stuff.
Yeah.
Like the background story and all
now
that.
Now that I think about it, I'm like that.
We forgot backgrounds. Oh my God, we're so bad about this.
It's okay. Oh, smile and let's.
So we got race, class, and then now we need background because that helps.
That's true. Let's finish our tools.
Oh, our tools.
Yes. Pen.
You're a tool.
Oh. She's been getting at me all morning. All morning.
Big. Anyways, but yeah, so tools, dice. Dice are really important.
Oh yeah, that's like a major key component in how to in playing. Oh, do we have stuff? Dun 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 dun. She's gone. So now that I have you here alone, I need help. I am being held here against my will, and there are shackles. You can't hear them because they're very quiet shackles.
What are you talking about, Michael?
No. I guess there are more tools to play the game that we can kind of discuss. So we're getting dice.
I brought them and I can't find them. That would be so typical.
Optional tools or accessories would be a dice. What is happening around me? A dice tower. Those are fun. They're not really necessary, but they are definitely a lot of fun. We have shout out to C4 Labs. In the upcoming weeks, Cleric Games will have an armada of tools and goodies that we can display and show. Cindy came back.
I did. So, a really important tool that is needed for gaming.
You.
Yeah, you. That's sweet.
Sorry. That's okay. Real important tool. I need full attention. What are you talking about?
So, on top of this cool little descent bag that I got at the event.
Flex.
Also,
there it is. Flexing.
Dice. Dice are very, very important to playing the game. You're probably not going to use all of the dice that you have within a 7 to 12 set that you would purchase because it all depends on your class. Each class, depending on what their actions are, or even the weapon that is used, correct?
Yeah.
It could determine what kind of dice are going to end up being your main repertoire for that character.
Well, I think we can agree that there's one dice that you'll always use.
This guy.
Gee.
What do we call him?
Well, it's a D20.
Yes. I don't know what else he was going to say. I was trying to make it a very easy question, but that's
I thought I was clever. I am not. Tell us about the D20.
The D20. There is 20 different sides on here. There is 1 through 20.
Wow.
Yeah, and when you roll it, that was
so
a 2. That's not good.
That's fantastic.
I mean, I guess it all depends, right?
Well, another topic is sometimes bad rolls are the best rolls.
Especially for initiative, I think, for me. At least personally, I like to go really far back in the line. Especially as a rogue. I like to be like way at the end. But anyway.
That's fair.
But yeah, the D20 dice is going to be your number one ultimate important dice that's going to be needed for playing as a tool at the table. And
how many D20s do you think a normal person should have?
A normal person should probably have at least 1.
Yes.
A crazy person like me, I have like, I can't even tell you. That would be another show where we'd bring out all my dice and count them. But right here I have 2. 2 is always good to have, and the reason you would want 2 at the minimum, once you start playing a little bit more, there's advantage and disadvantage. If the DM, who is also known as the Dungeon Master, decides that something that you're rolling is at a disadvantage, you would roll the 2 D20 dice, and then you would look at the lowest number that you rolled if you are rolling at an advantage. Because someone at the table is either going to assist you or whatever the DM deems worthy for asking for an advantage roll. You would then roll the 2 D20s, and you would be able to count the higher number. If you don't have 2 D20s, you just roll 1 twice, and that's just fine. Mm-hmm. With how many dice I own, I'm a dummy and I forget things, and sometimes I only have my special little one set in my wallet, and it works just fine.
We'll talk about this in a later episode. Methods to kind of make the game go faster and how to make your turn go real quick. And that involves using several dice.
Yeah, I was really bad at that.
I've
it took me a while to get on board with that one. Not because I didn't like it. It was just because.
Well, you know. What is that? Is that another DM tool?
Oh, that's my tool.
Oh, but yeah, so we can discuss that later. With using multitudes of dice to kind of make your turn go quick and methods to kind of make gameplay go really smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely agree. The more dice you have, the easier you can kind of set things aside of what you need, have them there ready for you to go. But again, that's something we can discuss later when with the etiquette.
And we get to talk about color-coded dice, and oh my god.
Oh yeah, there's so much stuff. But for the beginning, again, it could be a little daunting, but we won't go there.
Yeah. Okay, so there was a D20. What other dice do we have?
We have. We're going to go down the list. We have the D4 is this triangle little guy.
Yes.
Then we have the D6, which I have 4 that came in this set, because sometimes you need 4 or more.
Yeah.
Especially as a rogue.
Oh god, you need like 12.
I know.
That's a lot.
Yeah. D8, which is like this diamond-looking one. We have the, what is it, 12?
D10.
D10.
And then
D10, which also looks like a diamond. And then we have the D12. D12. You can announce them out loud then.
I can't. Well,
I'll show them, you announce them.
Are you ready for the awkward moment?
Yeah.
Where's your percentile dice?
Hey, look it. This was dice that were given to me in here, and you're right. They did not provide that for me. Watch, it's probably in the bag, isn't it?
Bomb. There we go.
Yeah, we're missing one. What's that?
I did. Oh, was it a loud bomb?
Oh yeah.
Be prepared. I apologize. After the fact.
Yeah. See, and then. Yeah, no. I have another D20, but that's
what
it. I'm
is your
one.
So dice come in a variety of materials. So we have plastics,
acrylic, resin, plastic, metal, stone.
Oh, I love stone.
Yeah, stone are so pretty. Oh, I know.
You have an amethyst set.
I have not a. I think it's.
I think it's purple. Is it amethyst?
It's a rainbow something. I can't remember the name of it.
She has a variety of dice. And then there's also metal.
There's metal.
Yeah.
This one right here that I had gotten from the event also is a what is it? A deck. An Ultra Pro one, I guess. They make them now. And this is a metal one. This one, hold on, let's see if you can hear it in the mic.
Oh, my toe.
Compared to.
I guess
it's about the same because it's so big. But like if you were to roll a smaller, like this size acrylic G20, I think it would not make this big of a sound. That's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But that's nice. I don't know. It's all, I guess, preference also.
I would also advise if you do get dice that are metal or stone or really anything that's not acrylic or plastic, you want to get I would advise a dice tray, both to protect the dice and whatever you're rolling on.
Yeah, I mean, normally at an event, it really doesn't matter because they use such whatever tables. But if you are playing like at a gaming store where they do take pride in their wooden tables and they try to supply you with like nice things to sit on.
Or you have a glass tabletop for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean I haven't been to a place with a glass tabletop yet, but I can only imagine the terrifyingness of rolling a metal or stone set.
Yeah. To
say on a table like that. I would definitely get a dice tray. That's something to look at.
Do you have a favorite dice?
I think it all depends on the set.
Yeah?
Yeah. That amethyst set that you were talking about, my favorite dice got lost, but it was the D8. Just the way the colors were. For me, it's all about the colors. But the D20 is the ultimate favorite. I mean, you can't go wrong. D20. You can literally grab the D20 and play it anywhere. And do anything with one D20 dice.
I would agree. My favorite dice is the D12.
And why is that, Michael?
Because that is the dice you use for a battle axe. And I love battle axes.
I hit it with my axe.
I hit it with my axe. And my axe! We must take the ring to Mordor. Thank you. And
cut.
I'm done.
So, is there anything else that we're missing?
What about
Background. Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, we did talk about.
We touched it. Yeah. So backgrounds. Okay, well, backgrounds go along with your class. I would have to say, background, you want to match it up. I mean, you don't even have to match it with your class, so to say. You want to match it with like the story of who you are, more so. Are you known for someone that lived on the streets as a thief? Like, and maybe you are a thief because you just need to survive. Like, I would say like Aladdin kind of a deal. He's not a bad guy because he's a thief. He needs to survive.
Street rat.
Here he goes. He says he doesn't sing, but
I need to go see the new movie.
I saw it.
Was it good?
It was cute. I was crying the whole time, not because it was sad, but because it was like memories. Okay, anyways,
back to background. Sorry.
Then you have there's the charlatan background. You know
all about the charlatan background.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What other backgrounds are there?
So we have. Did we talk about like soldier backgrounds?
No, we have not talked about soldier backgrounds.
So there are soldier backgrounds,
which I would say would be good for a fighter or a paladin, or you know what I mean. Like it could fit with any sort of class. Again, it's about your story. A monk can even fit really well with a soldier.
They actually can.
I think even a druid. If you can be like a druidic soldier of some sort. You know, like maybe whatever war your character fought in dealt with the nature magic, and they were a soldier.
That's fair.
I mean, there's so many possibilities. So I mean, background is it's all about how finding something that fits for your story of who you want to be at the table at that time. And you get a lot of cool things, like with the background is normally where you get your packs. So like your dungeoneering pack or your adventuring pack, and each pack has something different in it. It could be candles to food to rope to my favorite being the trollops. I love
trollops.
Right?
Trollops?
Did I say that correct?
You said it. You enunciated it very well.
Trollops.
Yes.
That's under the class specification.
That's under class specifications?
Trollops?
I thought that was under your pack.
Wait, who gets trollops?
I don't know. I was a rogue. My rogue got trollops. I thought I got that in my bag.
Burglar pack.
And this is why we have Ben Kadubi over here.
The command.
The director!
Director.
Where can they go play?
Yeah, that's a good question. Where can you go play? You can.
So the easy answer to that is everywhere. You can go play anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah, but if you're looking for people, because it's just you, yourself, and you, you would go. First place to start would be your local gaming store. Mm-hmm. That's a really good place to start at. Next, I would have to say would then go online. When going online, one of the best places to go to would be warhorn.net. Warhorn.net's a really good website. They put up not just Dungeons and Dragons games, they put up multiple different type of role-playing games and locations. You can look up where you live. Mm-hmm. But not everybody posts up on warhorn.net. But it is a great, especially for conventions. A lot of conventions do use warhorn.net if they don't have their own on their website, if you're about to go to a convention.
So I guess if you're to break down where to go play, you can either go play in person, online, or that'd be digital. I guess I'd call it digital.
Which Roll20.com is a great place to be able to find games. Or get people together. You can even go online and go on Facebook and go on to Dungeons and Dragons Adventure League and find people on there. If you're willing to DM once you get a little bit more comfortable with the gaming aspect of it, it's even easier to find people, I would have to say.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Although my luck is terrible I think I've DM'd for most of my D&D career. I have a hard time finding players.
Really?
I do. I think it's just because I'm a terrible DM.
Well, if you are looking for a DM, apparently...
You can @me. You can find me on the Facebooks. You can hit me up on the Twitch, on the Twitter streams. You can send me an email. You could mail a letter. You can do smoke signals.
Yeah, Joe makes a good point. Going to board games and Magic the Gathering card places, again, your local gaming store are good places to go to. If they do not have Adventures League there, I would say let them know. Be like, hey, you guys contact Cleric Games and maybe they can help bring Adventure League to your guys' shop. And we would love to look into getting Adventure League into your area.
An important thing to know is that Adventures League is community-based. So whether Adventures League is or is not at your store or a local game store, it can always be there.
Yes.
Either you start it, someone else starts it, we start it. Adventures League is not bound by any real hard laws or... No, there are rules to Adventure League. No special club.
No, there's absolutely no. Everyone's included. We encourage kids, adults, new, old. Like if you played first, second edition, and you kind of want to get back in, Adventure League, I'd like to think is actually a really good introduction back to the game because it helps you learn the rules of what the 5th edition is. Mm-hmm. With that being said, there are a little bit more structure to the rules of Adventure League compared to like a homebrewed game where, of course, there are rules that are set in the books, but with Adventure League, there is a little bit more of a structure and there's a little bit more of a point system also that is then going to be used to transfer over to any other area. Like, let's say you play at your local gaming store, Adventure League, you can take that character and those points and all that stuff and you take it to a convention. And you can go play that character at the convention and everything is going to be legal as long as you stick to the point buy system and the player handbook +1 book, and you're using the exact, I would say, the magic or spells and stuff like that are set. As long as nothing's like you found it on the internet and it's a homebrewed situation, that's what they're trying to prevent, is to make sure that it's going to be equal for everybody going to the table.
One might even say it's organized play.
That is a great word to use. Organized
play.
What can they do at conventions?
What's the big thing that they can do at conventions with the characters?
You can take your characters to conventions and play with people and epics.
Oh, epics are a lot of fun. Yeah,
they're pretty great.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Playing was an epic.
At Descent,
yes. The Descent. So epics are, if you ever have an opportunity to join an epic game, I would highly suggest that you try one of those out. The epic games run about 4 hours compared to like a 1 to 2 hour game that normally the Adventure League games would run about. 1 to 2 hours is a normal game.
2 + 2. So the average model, it's designed to be a 4-hour module. However, usually you finish it up quick, so 2 to 3.
For a regular one, not an epic.
For an epic, it's long.
Yeah.
Definitely 4 hours minimum.
Yes, yes.
But for your standard, any we're playing, blah blah blah. Season 9 goes to the Salt Marsh, this and that. It's most sessions are blocked out about 4 hours. But kind of the average play time is around 2.5, 3.
We do try to provide the 1 hour ones.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, there are 1 hour modules that can be
Yes.
played, and we do try to provide those. So,
Yes.
if you're going to a convention and you really just want to play 1 hour of a game, I would ask and make sure that what you're signing up for is going to be for something that's going to be quick. And normally they will provide those type of games for you at those. If you're playing at a gaming store, the gaming store is where you're normally going to find about the 2 to 4 hour games.
Yeah.
Unless, again, if you're playing an epic, which is going to be about 4 hours. They try to stick to the 4 hours for the epics because they time things. It seems like in the newer epics, they try to time them a little bit more.
And just a little more information. Epics are usually upward. I've seen upwards of 13 tables, and you're kind of working together to complete an overall objective. And anything that happens at your table kind of affects the players around you. I've had the opportunity to play test a couple, and I think at the Epic you're at,
I did not get to play test the Descent one because I was at a Boy Scout event for my son. But I did get to play that same Epic that you guys did at the Descent.
They had a moment where if tables around you get into conflict or a fight, it spawns a possible fight nearby you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that go on in the Epics. Epics can get pretty crazy. I mean, last season for Cholt, you were picked up out of your table and went to go do something else in another dungeon.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, you fought T-Rexes occasionally.
Yeah.
It was an intense but super fun Epic. I really thoroughly enjoyed the Epic that I played for.
I think one of my favorite Epics is, I think it's Last Call at the Yawning Portal. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's there's the bar fights and no spoilers. But it is.
There's singing that happens and everyone has to sing. I mean, there's a lot of cool things. If you ever have an opportunity to go to a convention and to try out an Epic and sign up for an Epic, they do fill out very quickly normally in our experience. Because normally when you go to an AL event, most AL events, I know the way we run ours, and even when I've gone to other ones that aren't our events, they normally do not sign you up days before. You have to come in early and sign up for whatever games you're looking to play for the day, because they fill up so quickly.
Yeah, we do day of.
Yeah,
I think we have we open signups about an hour before the game would start. but they're popular.
Yeah.
Poppin'.
The Epic is the one that's poppin'. I mean, they're and like I said, it's a completely different type of game when you play an Epic.
Our one of the more recent Epics that we assisted in was at Emerald City Comic Con 2019.
Yes.
How many tables did we have? 13, and it was full?
Yeah, we had like 6 to 7 players at each table.
Yeah, 13 tables. I mean, it was packed.
It was epic.
It was epic.
Like the game.
Toast.
Muggos.
Don't muggos me.
But I mean, it was a blast.
Yeah.
And then normally, I know with Cleric Games, we like to put up what the schedule is going to be up on our warhorn.net.
Yes, Warhorn.
And you can't sign up for the games on there, because we make sure that it's fair for everybody. But it's a good place to go for reference, to be like, you know what, let me plan my weekend out while I'm at this convention, and I know I want to play this game, and I want to play this game, and then you go and you make sure that you sign up that day for those games, so that way you have your schedule made out. Because I know some of us can be very anal about our time, especially when you're paying as much as you do for some of those tickets to go to those conventions. You know, we don't expect you to come and play after paying for like ECC, like almost like $300 for the weekend. You know, like we're very reasonable. I understand you're not going to want to just sit there and play Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, that's what you're into, why not? But
it really does tie into like the 1 hour games that we try to offer at the conventions.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because I mean, just having that little 1 hour block in between stuff, we've seen a lot of people love the 1 hour shot.
And that's why I really enjoy with Waterdeep when they did that first level, like 1 hour shot, and it was always like kind of set in the same place, but it was always slightly different. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was such a good idea. I hope they continue something like that in the next season.
I would love to see some of that come out. We're working on something.
Are we?
I think we're working on some 1 hour adventures. That's just a rumor I heard. That's impossible.
Are we gonna talk about that, or are we gonna wait to talk about it? I think we should wait to talk
we'll
about that. But as we get closer
to talk about nothing, we're not talking about anything.
Washington Renaissance Fair.
But we lost track. We were talking about conventions and time. One thing that, if you were asking why we don't do pre-signups, that was something that we did in the past, and we would have people come up and sign up for the entire weekend, just like the whole every day in advance, and we ran into a lot of no-shows.
Yeah, and that gets a little tough on us, because then there's the player, like we get a lot of people that'll come in and be like, hey, I've never played, I want to sit down and play, and we would love to sit them at the table, or sit you at the table, but because of the fact that someone had maybe already pre-signed up, and then they ended up not showing because maybe they did get caught up in some sort of panel, or looking at merch,
got hungry, had to use the restroom,
whatever.
all sorts of things.
I mean, there's a lot of things that happen, and we understand, and we want to be and we are very understanding about that kind of stuff. But we also want to make sure that that slot doesn't get taken from someone that is going to be there and available and want to play.
So the 1 hour pre-sign up thing that we've been doing has been very successful.
That's a good one, yeah.
So very successful.
But I think that's it. I mean,
are we getting cut off? I think we're getting cut off.
I think our live stream has ended for
the day. It's ending. So just a brief summary. Making an AL character may seem daunting, but there are some. It's simple once you kind of get started.
But wait.
The
confessional. Are we going to talk about what we hate?
In my opinion, do we want to? I'm not gonna turn all. I'll do this.
Tell me, my son. Watch all your sins of the AL game.
In my okay. I do have one honest confession. I've been trying. I'm a DM. When I DM these games, I have been trying to kill players. Legitimately, with all of my DM power, I've been trying to fairly. I don't cheese my rolls. That's one thing I don't do. But I mean, I will run past the tanks and I will attack the healers and the mages. And I've legitimately been trying to kill players, and it's not working.
Well, as a player, and for the rest of the players out there, can I say, my son, you.
I've seriously been like, fireball! I unleash everything. I let everything go off.
Oh, well, you know, there's two sides to that. There's two sides. There's a go f*** yourself, but then there's also well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me some challenges, because I will say I'm not really fond of the like walkthrough of a game, you know, but I also don't want to like be on my saving death rolls and be like looking up at you with this look of disgust, like if my fucking character at level 9 dies, I'm going to stab you at the end of this game.
I feel it. I mean,
but I can understand the rest of it. No,
so that's my confession.
Okay.
That I've been trying to kill you and everyone that you stand for, and it's not working. So either A, I need to get new dice because they're rolling poorly, or B,
I say you keep those dice. I am a saint. I have nothing to confess. I love it all.
I watched Cindy one time. I got nothing. You confess. Tell me your sins.
I guess my only sin to discuss, and I guess we'll go into more depth about this later on, is that I'm not really excited about some of the new things coming next season.
Really?
The storyline's great.
I mean, there's a lot of hype.
There is, but I'm not really excited about what they're doing to the players. But we will.
Oh, yes, some of the changes for season 9.
Yeah, some of the rule changes. I'm a little.
We have opinions. We don't have opinions. We have solutions. I have to tell you, the solutions. Most of this is all courtesy of Ben Kenobi, the command center. But we have solutions that we hope are heard and implemented, but not very excited about some of the changes they're doing to season 9.
No, that would probably be my only confession to really go talk about right now.
That's fair.
Everything else, I think it's okay.
Okay.
You know, one thing I'd like to say.
One thing.
And I will admit.
Okay.
I wish they would allow more than just player handbook +1.
Oh, PHB +2. It's coming. I know it is.
I wish.
It's gonna. We're gonna throw a charity. We're gonna throw a huge charity, and I don't know how it's gonna happen or when it's gonna happen or who we have to contact. But in this charity, if we reach some kind of amazing thing or do something incredible, I want WotC to make it happen. We need a player's handbook +2. It's been discussed. It's been thought of. It's something that needs to happen.
I know I'm not alone on that thought process.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So should we say goodbye now?
Yeah, I think it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye. Bye, guys.
Where do they find you?
Where can they find me?
Yes. Cringe meters rising.
Oh my god, it's in red right now.
No, it's not. It's like dark orange. Red orange.
It's like a sienna.
Okay, now it's red.
It's like burnt.
Okay, now it's burnt red. Now it's the color of Jad Bird.
Yeah. Well, you can find me on here
every
on
street corner.
Twitch. With my trench coat.
What do you buy it? What do you sell it?
What kind of dice do you want? What kind of dice do you want? What kind of magic cards do you want?
Oh my god. I'm just imagining this, and it's the best thing that I could ever dream of.
But yeah, you can find me here on Twitch, kind of dicking around, or you can find me on Instagram as High Priestess. It's high_priestess, and the S's are 5s. Or you could find me on Twitch, which is also spelled the same way as my Instagram. or you can even find me on Discord, which is spelled the way you see on your screen. And you?
You can't find me anywhere.
Except for under a rock.
Yes. No. My name is Michael Gramling, and you can find me at Cleric Games doing. I don't have handles.
No, just Pink Zombie.
Yeah, that's my Twitch thing.
Isn't that your everything? I think that's your Instagram too.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is, but as you can see, he is never there.
Ever.
So with that being said, we bid you adieu, and hope you find us on Cleric Games.
Where can they find Cleric Games?
Oh! We have a website!
Or you can find us on any social media.
That's fair. Yeah, so...
_Cleric Games _
yeah, man, there's so many.
Dog.
There's our Twitter, which is _Cleric Games _. There is the Instagram, which is just straight Cleric Games.
Yep.
There is the website, clericgames.com.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the process of working on High Priestess Emporium, which will be your one-stop place to shop for any of your gaming needs. Some shameless...
self-advertisement?
Yeah, that
dun, dun, dun.
nothing that's there yet, but it's coming.
It's closed. Excuse our dust.
Yeah, and you guys keep watching. We will make sure that we do a pre-opening for those of you that are going to watch, and we can give you guys special codes for that.
Yeah.
And we'll give you a discount on your first order once we open up.
Yeah, I think we're streaming on Tuesdays.
Yes, we will be streaming every Tuesday as of now.
Yes.
Hopefully there'll be more days in the work.
We will begin at 1 o'clock.
2 o'clock. 1 o'clock is our goal. We're hoping we ironed out all the problems this first Tuesday.
Yeah. I think this was a pretty good. Well, you know what? Let me say goodbye. Thank you guys for watching. And I had fun.
Yeah, me too.
Deuces.
Going back on that corner.
Peace. Oh my God, Cuddies.